How much will 10,000 Casper be worth in 2025? In today's video, I want to take a deep dive on that and explain several reasons why I believe 10,000 Casper could potentially be worth a lot in the next 2 years. However, before I get started, I first want to mention how I am not a financial advisor, and this video is not meant as an invitation to buy, sell, or trade Casper. That is not the case whatsoever. And with all that being said, I first want to explain how the current price of Casper is sitting at slightly under 4 cents, which means that 10,000 Casper at the time of this recording is worth approximately $380. And with that in mind, if anyone out there right here right now owns 10,000 Casper and Casper were to reach the price of $1, they would have potentially have turned their $380 investment into $10,000. I mean, that's crazy right there. That's over $9,600 in profit. You know, that's roughly a 25x from here. And do I think that, personally speaking, Casper will reach the price of $1 during the next bull run? Yes, I do. In fact, I believe Casper will reach this very easily, because keep in mind, Casper at the price of $1 would mean that with the current circulating supply, it would only have a market cap of $10.9 billion. And I don't think this is unrealistic for Casper, especially when I consider how amazing Casper is. First of all, when it comes to Casper, it is the first layer 1 blockchain out there to ever solve the blockchain trilemma. And some of you may be wondering, what is the blockchain trilemma? The blockchain trilemma is being able to have decentralization, security, and scalability all at the same time, and Casper was the first to ever do it. And also on top of that, Casper, it's enterprise optimized. It is purpose built for enterprise adoption. And some people may be thinking, oh, who cares about enterprise adoption? But in reality, that is actually where all the potential is at, in my opinion, and the data shows it. First of all, if we take a look at this, the global blockchain technology market is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 85.9%, reaching more than $1.4 trillion by 2030. And all this growth, by the way, is going to be largely driven by enterprise adoption. However, what's actually very shocking is the fact that as of right now, 94% of Fortune 500 companies have already begun planning blockchain initiatives. And furthermore, 89% of Fortune 500 executives believe that the next 10 years of Web3 innovation will define the next 100 years of business. And it doesn't end there, because if we also take a look at this, 75% of global executives right here, right now, fear a loss of competitive advantage if they do not adopt blockchain technology. You know, clearly a lot of large-scale institutions out there believe in the future of blockchain technology, and many of them are looking to implement it into their business moving forward. It's so fantastic how Casper is focused on enterprise adoption. You know, the data shows that is where all the potential is at. And keep in mind, Casper is the blockchain of choice for the city of Fuzhou, China. And Fuzhou, China, by the way, is such a massive city. When you think about it, Fuzhou actually has a higher population than LA, Chicago, and Miami combined. I mean, just think about that. Miami's huge, LA's massive. You think about Chicago, it's so big, but Fuzhou is bigger than all of that combined. It is so mind-blowing. So this, in my opinion, is a very big deal for Casper. And also, not too long ago, Casper actually joined IBM's Global Partner Program. So really, when I take a look at what Casper is focused on, when I take a look at how amazing it is fundamentally speaking, and when I consider how amazing their partnerships are, you know, when I take all of that into account, I really don't think that Casper reaching the price of $1 is that unrealistic. In fact, I think it's a very realistic goal for Casper to reach, and I think it's going to reach it very easily. And if we take a look at Casper at the price of $2, at that point, if anyone out there owns 10,000 Casper, their Casper holding would be worth $20,000. And do I think Casper could reach $2 during the next bull run? Yes, I do, and I'll show you the reasons why I think so. First of all, I believe that Casper is the best layer 1 blockchain out there. And now that I said that, some people out there, they may feel triggered. They're like, oh, what do you mean Casper is the best layer 1 blockchain out there? But I actually do really think it's the best. And here's the thing. When you ask a lot of people, the majority of people at least will say that, hey, Ethereum is the best layer 1 blockchain out there, but I completely disagree. When it comes to Ethereum, you know, yes, it is Ethereum 2.0, yes, it's proof of stake, but keep in mind, Ethereum still isn't scalable. In fact, right, Charles Hoskinson, who, by the way, is the co-founder of Ethereum and the founder of Cardano, he predicts that it's going to take another 4 to 5 years before Ethereum can even become scalable. And that right there, I think it's too long. 4 to 5 years, that is just way too much time in my opinion. I think Ethereum is moving very slowly in an industry where actually projects have to be moving very fast. When you take a look at Casper, it's essentially Ethereum 3.0. Just think about this. It's proof of stake, much like Ethereum, but on top of that, it's also scalable. So again, right, it's Ethereum 3.0. At least that's the way I view it. And also, just other than Ethereum, I think Casper is just a lot better than the rest of the competition. When you think about most layer 1 blockchains out there, typically they have archaic and static tooling, they have unsustainable fees, they have complex codes, and they have fundamental compromises, and just overall, they're not really that good. But when you take a look at Casper, it has sustainable costs, it doesn't have fundamental compromises, it also has sustainable fees, and it doesn't have archaic and static tooling. You know, when I take into consideration just how amazing Casper is and just how much better it is than most of the competition, again, right, I really do think that Casper reaching the price of $2 during the next bull run is not out of the realm of possibility. In fact, I think it's very achievable. And now, when it comes to Casper at the price of $4, if anyone out there owns 10,000 Casper and Casper were to reach the price of $4, you would all potentially have $40,000 worth of Casper. And do I think Casper could reach $4 during the next bull run? I think it could potentially, but I am a lot more optimistic on Casper reaching the price of $2 during the next bull run. I just think it's a lot more realistic, but I actually don't think that $4 is that crazy of a goal for Casper. In fact, there are many bullish metrics out there that show that Casper could potentially reach $4 in price. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. In fact, right, if you take a look at this chart right here, you will see that back in 2021, when Bitcoin was at $68,000, when altcoins were having that massive rally, when the whole crypto space overall was euphoric, you know, when all of that was happening, keep in mind that there was only around 300 million people owning cryptos. And that may seem like a lot, 300 million. But keep in mind, as of right now, there is over 420 million people owning cryptos in the world. So currently, there is more people than ever before in the world owning cryptos. In fact, there's more people than ever before in history owning cryptos right now. So just imagine this, right? If the crypto space overall in 2021 was still able to have that crazy rally despite only having around 300 million people owning cryptos, just imagine what's going to happen during the next bull run, especially now that you have over 420 million. I mean, during the next bull run, potentially the FOMO, the buying volume, the buying pressure, you know, all of that could potentially be at an all-time high. And during the next bull run, I believe that Bitcoin is going to go to at least $100,000. And when Bitcoin reaches that price, can you just imagine what's going to happen to altcoins at that point? I mean, at that point, the altcoin season is going to be insane. And when that all starts happening, Casper, oh man, really, the sky is the limit for Casper. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Casper reached $4 during the next bull run, but I'm a lot more optimistic that Casper will at least reach $2. And now I want to talk about the inflation rate when it comes to Casper. However, to give it more context, I first want to talk about how Casper will soon be upgrading to Casper 2.0. And I want to talk about how this upgrade will actually affect the inflation rate when it comes to Casper. So with all that being said, let's jump straight into it. With Casper 2.0, the inflation rate of Casper is planned to be reduced. Because as of right now, the inflation rate of Casper is around 8%, and this should in theory be lower with Casper 2.0. And by the way, some people like to mention how 8% is a lot. However, if you take a look at Polkadot, for example, the inflation rate of Polkadot is around 10% right now. And also, if you take a look at Solana, its inflation rate is sitting at around 8%, much like Casper. So when it comes to Casper, the inflation rate actually isn't that crazy. It's actually very normal. I think a lot of people may think that 8% is a lot, but again, right, you know, it's very similar to Polkadot and Solana. You know, if Casper had something crazy like 15%, 20% inflation, then yeah, I get why a lot of people would be worried. But again, right, 8% is very normal. You know, 8% is already in line with the likes of Polkadot and Solana, so the fact that it has the potential to be even lower than that with Casper 2.0 is amazing in my opinion. And with all that being said, I think despite Casper's inflation, I don't think it's going to have any trouble reaching high prices. I don't think the inflation rate is that bad whatsoever. I am very bullish on the future of Casper. And if you want to know why I believe Casper is a sleeping giant, make sure to go ahead and check out this video right here. It's an amazing video and I think you all would really love it. It's very interesting. And it's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.